hopefully I won't trip over this thing. It'll be on YouTube, so watch this chord. You know, yeah, I like this new music and everything, but I think we need to go back. I think we need to go back. Is that all right? Can we go back to church? All right, y'all help me out. All right, that's right. I got my tangerine with me. I got my tangerine with me. You ready?
All right.
All right, come on. Can't nobody do like Jesus. Can't nobody do like Lord. Can't nobody do like Oh man, so how everybody doing tonight? And yeah, I'm serious. I do miss that old school though. I do miss the old school because now churches have gotten too advanced. You know, I mean, I went to one church. The pastor, he was actually preaching a sermon on his iPod. You know, they got big screen TVs. Went to one church, they actually passed the offering around, offering plate. They actually had a cell phone with a card swipe in it. So you just swipe it. Old school. I'm seriously old school. I mean, I'm talking so old school when, you know, back when, remember when pastors had like jobs? They still had jobs? Yeah. You know, like they would come to Bible study late. Say, Pastor, why are you late? My boss man said I had to work today. And then I was like, so why are you late? So, oh, somebody took my parking spot. Parking spot? Well, you were coming late. I didn't think you was coming. So who drives that Camry anyway? You know, but I'm telling you, it's interesting though. Like, so some of these older churches, though, I miss them though. I definitely miss them more because they just do things. I would say a little different one, but the different in the type of way that I like it though. Like I said, those old churches, man, they were really something. They would do things, like I said, different. Like one of the things they would do is they would get creative with the offering. Case in point, when I was younger, they had this thing where you would count the number of doorknobs in your house and donate a quarter for every doorknob. That's something they would actually do. And my father, I loved him dearly, but he was cheap. He would go around the house and no, don't count, that's a handle. That's a handle. Don't count that, that's a handle. Doorknob only. I ain't got money for all that. You know? I mean, the thing about he always learned how to, you know, to reference the pastor. But it was interesting because the pastor would call about me. He was like, "I'm pastor on the phone. Sit up, straight up. Get them dishes out the sink. Turn the radio down. The pastor on the phone." Why? Yes, pastor. You know, so I mean, he really, you know, really appreciated the pastor and everything. And I really came from like a small church. I mean, a real small church. Well, only problem with small churches is, okay, they get your business. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I went to church one day, my wife wasn't with me, and you know, the guy said, "How's everything going?" "It's going fine." "Where's your wife?" "She's sick." Okay, bro, here's my card. We're gonna pray for you. We're gonna set you up for counseling. "No, she just home sick." You know, they don't necessarily believe you when she's actually home sick. I mean, they know everything's going on. They know we got a new car when you don't have a new car. They know it all. They know it all. But like I said, those old churches are definitely something I definitely miss and everything. But one thing I will say, I'm gonna need some audience participation. I'm gonna need everybody to just hold out their hand right here. Just hold out your hands towards me. They go right to my wallet. No, pray for me, seriously. That I give you a better job.
Amen.
I give you a better job. I hate my job. I do. I mean, I really do. I mean, every morning I gotta get up and say the same prayer. Lord, keep me off the news. I mean, it's rough. I mean, you know it's bad when you hope something happens and you don't have to go in. I mean, I actually sit in my car like this and please don't start, please don't start. Oh, it started. So now I gotta go into work. You know? But see, people don't understand because actually my job is real stressful. It's real stressful. I'm trying to think, well, what does he do? Well, actually, I'm a security guard at a nursing home. I'm serious now. When they don't get their coffee in the morning, they go off.
Yes, sir.
I'm just telling you that. So, but I finally figured out one of the best ways to kind of deal with, you know, some of the stress weather. During my lunch hour, I go out to the car, I sit down, I roll down my window, and I start keying cars in the parking lot.
What?
No, it's not what you think. It's actually scriptures. You know, like John 3:16, Philippians 4:13, listen to the 1320 radio station. You know, it's all positive. It's all positive. Oh, man. But, I don't know, but speaking about cars, though, I mean, I have an old car. I mean, this isn't a joke, it's actually outside of it. If you want to know how old it is, I'll just put it this way. When I purchased this vehicle, Tupac was alive, Bill Clinton was in office, and gas was $1.25. Yeah, I'm talking a 1996 Ford Explorer with a clutch and a cassette player. If y'all don't believe me, we can walk outside after the show, and I will show you that I actually still have a cassette player. It's true. You know, but the worst thing about it is that I got a neighbor, you know, who always bragged about his car. He said, I got electric. That's what he said. I got electric. Okay. You know, so he, like I said, always bragging about. So one day he was telling me about his car and everything. He said, you know, you got a push button start up, so it starts up by itself, and you know, telling me about all the bells and whistles. And then he said he has a GPS. And I said, I don't need a GPS. I got a man. Y'all know what that is, don't you? Let me demonstrate. When I'm in my car, I'm like this. My man, you know I get to the tire academy from here? I just did that on Edgewood. I just did that on Edgewood. I didn't know where I was going. You know, but I have to admit though, like I said, some of these old churches, the funny thing is that my coworker actually invited me to his church, and he said it was in a strip mall. So I'm thinking, okay, but technically that wasn't correct. It was actually in the food court. You know, so it was a little confusing because I'm sitting there and I'm trying to stay focused, and my son keeps tapping. I'm like, what? Daddy, can I get a sample? All right, yeah, bring me back one little bourbon chicken. I want one of them too. Go give me a sample. You know, but the church was kind of like, just a little different. You know, I like to be open-minded, but it was a little different. You know, the pastor came out, he had his hat turned to the side, his pants hanging down, said, let's get crunk for Big Papa. I'm like, is he talking about the Heavenly Father? I'm a little confused right now. Then the pastor's wife had a tongue ring, which was kind of weird. What made it worse is that she actually sounded like T.D. Jakes when she was talking. She was like, we're about to read the Bible right now. We're going to read the Bible and the scriptures. You know, so then, you know, so now I said, okay, so I'm trying to get used to, you know, the service because it's different. And then they had a gospel rapper. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. He did his hit song. I got 99 problems and the church ain't one. Wow. What? Okay. You know, then they came out with the worship and praise. I said, okay, you can't go bad worship and praise until I heard the song. Drop down, get your praise on, girl. Drop down, get your praise on, girl. Whoa, no, that's not it. That's not it. And then he started preaching. Okay, he started preaching, and you know, he started to speak in tongues. So obviously he had to get it. So I'm good, you know, he had to get it. So he started interpreting. I heard him say, "Come double bow." I'm thinking, "Come tie my bow tie." It didn't sound like it to me. And then he hit this other one. He said, "Basi, Pastor Kabasi." That's not the type of tongues I was expecting to hear at the church. I mean, it was crazy. Then at this point, I was kind of ready to go. My wife, I was ready to go. And then they said, now we're going to collect offering. I'm thinking, you can't mess up offering, right? It's just offering. All of a sudden I heard, get the money out, amen. Get the money out, amen. Get the money out, amen. 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 Now when I heard that, I know what I'm supposed to do. I put up my little finger like this, and I walked right up the door. Yeah, I definitely had to. Because it was definitely crazy. Well, but you know, it's nice to be in a room with all this love. Because there's a lot of love in this room. The reason I know it's a lot of love, because look, we got Mary Kay and Avon right beside each other. I mean, you know, East Coast, West Coast thing, you know, it's all love. It's all love. And then you got the lady over here with the brownies and everything. I'm gonna come and get some of them. I just didn't want to eat one now, so I, get in my teeth one more. You know, it's on camera. It's on camera. But look at last time I was on stage. I kind of bombed last time I was on stage. It wasn't pretty. It was actually at a church. So I know what you're thinking, that, they were understanding and kind and loving. That was the old school churches. They would do things like, that's all right, be all right, take your time, that's all right, we're here for you, it's going to be all right, we praying for you. This church I went to, no. I actually got heckled in church. I'm doing my best or whatever, and I hear the woman say, Lazarus, come forth, take him back with you. I'm doing the best I can. And then she said, I hope you get leprosy. I hope you get leprosy. So finally, I had to stand up. So I said, look, Grandma, stop it. It was pretty embarrassing, though. It really was. Because my mother was in there, and I was like, hey, I'm trying to wave to my mother, and she looked at me like, I don't know him. It was actually a competition. And the pastor, he brought all the comedians up front. He went to the first comedian and said, oh man, that joke you did about the three-legged table, oh my goodness, it was awesome. You were a blessing to the body. Turned to the second person and said, you know what, that joke you did about the daycare center, was priceless. God had something special planned for you. Then he got to me. I don't even know why you wasted your gas money. I'm like, oh man. I mean, it was bad. I'm like, was it that bad? It was so bad that a guy came up to me after the show and said, brother, that was pretty rough to watch, but I'm going to pray for you. There was a drunk in the church who said he was going to pray for me. And then just when you think things could get worse, the pastor said, hey, come here, brother, let me talk to you. I said, okay. He said, look at the Bible says a man's gift prepares room for him. Apparently, you